Tony Walsh, the owner of a catering service in Chicago and a stay-at-home dad. It took me a few years and a few jobs, but I eventually found my true passion, food. Now I'm here to show you that making delicious, affordable meals at home can be painless and easy. This is Feed the Beast. What's up, everyone? I'm Tony.
And I'm Gratuitous female sidekick, Sadie.
And welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. So March 17th is St. Patrick's Day, and I'm going to show you how to make a delicious and easy Irish feast that'll leave your guests saying, "Aaron go bra."
So long as they're not saying Aaron go braless, Tony.
Here's what's on the menu. Guinness shepherd's pie with fried cabbage. First things first, let's get started on our Guinness shepherd's pie. Here's what you'll need.
We'll divide the pie into two parts. There's the mashed potato topping, and then there's the meat and vegetable filling. For the mashed potatoes, you'll need 8 potatoes, 3/4 cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of butter, salt, and pepper. For the meat and vegetable filling, you'll need a 1/2 pound of ground beef, a 1/2 pound of ground pork, a 1.5 cups of pearl onions, 3 large carrots, 1 cup of frozen peas, 4 sprigs of thyme, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 cup of beef stock, 1 egg, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a pint of Guinness. The prep time for the shepherd's pie is about 30 minutes, and it will bake in the oven for another 30 minutes.
Start by peeling the skins off your potatoes and chopping them up. Next, put all your potato pieces into a pot of cold water and set on a stove burner at high heat until the water boils. The potatoes
must be boiled until tender.
When the potatoes are ready, drain the water from the pot using a colander. Set the potatoes back into the pot and add your salt, black pepper, butter, and cream. And now mash the potatoes until they're as smooth or as lumpy as you like. When the mashed potatoes are done, set them aside and start working on your meat and vegetable filling. First, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Next, start chopping up your carrots. Move over to your stove and coat the bottom of a pan with olive oil. Set the burner to medium-high heat and add your carrots. Stir the carrots up and let them cook until they're fork tender. When the carrots are ready, add in your peeled pearl onions and stir. Next, add your ground beef and ground pork. Chop up the meat and stir everything together. Next, add your black pepper and your freshly chopped thyme. Stir all your ingredients together and let everything cook until the meat turns brown.
Brown the meat. This is done by cooking in a small amount of fat until brown.
When the meat is ready, drain the fat from the pan using a lid and add your butter and your frozen peas. Stir everything together. Now add your flour to the mix.
To dredge simply means to coat with flour, cornmeal, or other fine substance.
The flour acts as a thickening agent to your meat and vegetable filling. And, as always, stir everything together. After it's all stirred up, add your tomato paste, Worcestershire, and a pint of Guinness. And stir. Again. Next, add your beef stock. Stir. And let the level of the beef stock and Guinness reduce until they're a thick gravy. Be sure to reduce the stovetop burner to medium so your filling doesn't burn.
While we're talking about shepherd's pie, here's some random facts about sheep. Sheep are cud chewers, which means when they eat, they chew their food, swallow it, regurgitate it back into their mouths, chew it, and swallow it a second time. Think about that when you're eating your dinner. The average life expectancy of a sheep is 10 years, the same as a slug. However, unlike a slug, a sheep won't die if you pour salt on it. The first mammal to ever be cloned was a sheep named Dolly in 1996. Other historical events that took place in 1996: Betty Rubble finally became a Flintstone vitamin. The Baltimore Ravens drafted linebacker Ray Lewis. And Alicia Silverstone won Best Female Performance at the MTV Movie Awards for the movie Clueless, in the immortal words of Cher Horowitz. As if.
Thanks for those random sheep facts, Sadie. Now back to the shepherd's pie. Take an egg and break it into a bowl. And beat it. When the egg is thoroughly beaten, you can set it aside. Now take a baking dish and coat the bottom and the sides of the dish with butter. Now drop your meat and vegetable filling into the dish. Be sure to spread out the filling so that it covers the entire bottom. Next, take your mashed potatoes and cover the top of the filling. Using a towel or a brush, coat the top of the mashed potatoes with the beaten egg. Lastly, set your shepherd's pie into the oven for 30 minutes.
While that's baking in the oven, let's get started on our fried cabbage. Here's Sadie with the ingredients.
Thanks, Tony. For the fried cabbage, you'll need a half a head of cabbage, 1 15-ounce can of chicken broth, salt, black pepper, and bacon. The fried cabbage should take about 15 minutes to make, with 5 minutes of prep and 10 minutes to cook.
Start by cutting a head of cabbage in half and chop it up. Drop the cabbage into a bowl and move on to your bacon. Chop up 4 slices of bacon. Drop all your bacon into a pan and stir until cooked. Now add your cabbage on top. Next, add in your chicken broth, salt, and black pepper, and toss your cabbage. When you're finished tossing, let the cabbage cook until the leaves are wilted, about 5 to 10 minutes. Once the cabbage is ready, transfer everything into a bowl.
Hello, I'm John, and I'm Irish. Being that this is the St. Patrick's Day episode of Feed the Beast, I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to dispel some of the outrageous stereotypes been cast upon myself and my Irish brothers and sisters for far too long. Because, contrary to popular belief, we're not all the same. Just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I like the color green. Green's the color of the snot I shoot into my pillow whenever I'm congested. Just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I was cursed with an Irish inch. It's at least double that, okay, ladies? Just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I like McDonald's Shamrock milkshakes, okay? What the fuck is a Shamrock milkshake anyway, besides a fat, injected mini bucket of sludge mixed with green food dye gives me diarrhea 2 hours after I suck it down? Just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I like the music of House of Pain. Look, I don't want to jump around. I hate jumping. And for that matter, I despise all forms of physical activity. Just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I believe in the existence of leprechauns. Look, the only mythical creatures I believe in are chupacabras. They're real, brother. You think because I'm Irish I got a short temper? Well, f*** you. And just because I'm Irish doesn't mean that I'm an alcoholic. Sure, I like to kick back a few bottles of suds every now and again, but that's because I want to. Not because I'm trying to escape this miserable excuse for a life, or this lame attempt at a humorous monologue. Now back to the show.
After 30 minutes, pull your shepherd's pie out of the oven. Let it cool for a few minutes before slicing and serving.
you have it, guys. You have your Guinness shepherd pie and your fried cabbage. Now you're officially ready for St. Patty's Day. Bottoms up. Thanks for watching this episode of Feed the Beast.
Be sure to check us out on herbivoreproductions.com and look up Feed the Beast on both Facebook and Twitter.
Until next time, I'm Tony.
And I'm Gratuitous female sidekick Sadie.
Feed the Beast.
Sorry to interrupt the credits again, but the producers of this fine program would like me to remind you that if you have a recipe you would like to share with us on the show, send an email to beast@herbivoreproductions.com and we'll give you credit if it appears. Also, if anyone has a request that something be made on our show, send an email to the same address. Peace.
Oxford ewe, but some shear as high as 15 pounds of wool. The lambs are big too, 9 to 10 pounds at birth, and they grow fast. Oxfords have wool on the face, but not enough to cause wool blindness. The breed is prolific, and the rams are used on small ewes to produce bigger lambs and to increase wool production.